Last week we saw Joseph go from the dungeons of prison to the position of second in power in all of Egypt, answering only to Pharaoh himself. A true rags to riches story. A story of justice for the oppressed and honor for someone who is very humble. In Genesis 41 verse 42 it says, "Then Pharaoh took off his signet ring off of his hand and put it on Joseph's hand. And he clothed him in garments of fine linen and put a gold chain around his neck. And he had him ride in the second chariot, and they cried out before him, 'Bow the knee.'" Joseph now had the power to carry out his plans, to rule a nation. He had clothes of royalty as well as jewelry, and if that were not enough, he was being shown all the respect of a king, as the people of Egypt were instructed to bow before him. You know, Proverbs 15:33 says, "The fear of the Lord is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility." It was the fear of the Lord that had caused Joseph to run from Potiphar's wife when she tried to seduce him. In humility, he accepted the wrongs done to him, choosing to serve and to be used by God right where he was, always giving God the glory for his gift of interpreting dreams. Proverbs 27:2 says, "Let another man praise you, and not your own mouth, a stranger, and not your own lips." Joseph didn't go around bragging about how talented and gifted he was. He simply let his light shine, used his gifts for God's glory, and others saw. And he was always lifted to positions of authority. Joseph had affected many, many lives up to this point. In Potiphar's house, he had affected his whole household. And then in prison, he was running the prison. He had a big influence on a lot of people. You know, we all need to remember to walk in the fear of the Lord, just like Joseph. In humility, allowing others to compliment us, always giving God the glory. God sees your obedience. God sees your good deeds, your sacrifice, and your faithfulness to Him. He is not mocked. The Bible says, "Whatsoever a man sows, that shall he also reap." And it seemed like we'd never get to this point where Joseph was reaping what he had been sowing. But he did. And if you will remain faithful, if you will continue to trust God, He will take you to awesome places that otherwise you could never get to. God bless you, and we'll see you back here.